I've been a gal since 2022, so I'm one of the pandemic gals, but I'm dedicated, okay? And we're here to go hard.
This is our model.
Hello, I am
Lovely.
Fox. I am the model.
A little late, so please bear with us. But yes, we're going to have the panel and live makeup demo.
Yes. Round of applause for our volunteers.
Okay, so we're starting with what is Gyaru, for people who don't know. So it's a Japanese subculture that started in the 90s. It started as a rebellion against traditional Japanese beauty standards. So over the years, it evolved and expanded into different sub-styles and multiple like ways you can wear gown. Like you don't have to follow exactly, but you can use it as a guideline. So current day, it's a lot of things. We'll get to it. Style-wise, it includes heavy makeup, dramatic false lashes, dyed hair, and bold clothing. Even though Gyaru started in Japan, it has a global impact. While it's still alive around the world, there's circles and events happening all throughout the year. So that's awesome. Especially since COVID, like I thought Gyaru was gonna die, but no, they came back and came back stronger. So I'm so happy.
We're doing the style timeline, starting with
Kogal. We started the Kogal. So they were in the first in the rebellion and start Gyaru fashion. They often wore like school sets because they were, kids in school and they were trying to find a way to, differentiate themselves separate from the standard beauty looks of Japan at the time. So they're heavily tanned. At the time, they didn't have that much like hair colors going on. So like brown, blonde, like stuff you could wear at school, basically. They wore the same like school set, like the oversized cardigan, short mini skirt, like the baggy like warmers. We all know what a Kogal looks like. So that is where all the Gyaru styles branched off from. Gyaru, the second recognizable Gyaru style. So it's a more dramatic look. We got bleached hair, deeply tanned skin, thick eyeliner, white concealer, and of course same mini skirt, and super platform shoes. So
yeah.
they're super high.
Yeah. It's kind of like an adult version of gal that was more like for young women who were still expressing themselves outside of the mainstream culture. And our next substyle is mamba.
Yes. The mamba, they're the more dramatic, tropical look for gals. So it's more natural hair colors, more than blonde, like pink, and it's colorful hair. You got deep tan skin, white makeup above the eyes and down into the cheeks. So like the kind of panda makeup style. The face stickers are common a lot. Light contacts, alberosa coat. We all know gal fashion. That was like an iconic piece to have.
The elbow coat, it's everyone's coveted.
The heavy bags of makeup that they used to actually carry around the bags of their makeup, and they had like a plastic sheet for like sitting and chilling on the street.
Yeah, so like this kind of goes in hand with like the hanging out in street cultures of gal and like the nightlife sort of aspects of Gyaru. So there would be like, just chilling with your girlies outside.
Yeah, that's
What's
how
different
it
today?
was. I know.
What's up today? But yeah, and then we have a sub-style for
Santa guys. So these are the male Gyaru who hung out the gals. They're like the counterpart the gals. So some of them would wear the makeup, some of them would not. It depends on what they're going for. They have Namba style or a more masculine like eyeliner design. They have alberosa coat, of course, for men and women, all wore alberosa coats. Bermuda shorts and colorful tank tops.
this one's good.
And you got Yamamba and some more.
This one is super iconic. I'm
Yes.
sure a lot of you guys think of this as soon as you think of gal. And that was kind of like the original conception in the mainstream. And then along with that, Kogal has obviously become super popular. But Yamamba is like super distinct. So.
They just make them, and it's like it looks similar to Gyaru, but it has like slight differences. Yeah, like they wear the white makeup above the eye, not on the cheeks. So it's a very like separate. Like if you look at it on a glance, you might not notice, but if you notice that, then you can tell it's wrong. They add like a lot of plastic accessories as well, like ladies and necklaces, beads, and so basically you're just trying to take the style to the extreme.
Yeah, this is like exaggerating the vacation elements of Gyaru all the way to the max because Gal is really about like it's inspired by like living your best life, tropical summers, other stuff like that. Agejo, I know this is a lot of people's favorites.
A lot of things. We got the moldy hair, so like big curls. We have brown, top and bottom lashes, and this one like the circle lenses came more into play. It's more like a feminine style, more sexy, so it's like lingerie inspired. Deco nails, and sometimes they have like crowns and accessories, but it depends. Like you can add your own flair as well. Like these guidelines are only guidelines. Like you're allowed to add or subtract however you want to take the style.
Gal's all about expressing itself. So yeah, you'll see a lot of ruffles, you'll see a lot of bows, you'll see a lot of lace because Agejo is like very lingerie inspired, and it's definitely about celebrating your sex appeal and just being unapologetically feminine.
Yes.
And then you have Banba, which is similar to Mamba and Yamamba.
Yes, but it also like they always have their own little like details, differences. So like on the face like has similar things like the tan, the circle lenses. But this time they have more like glittery makeup, no face stickers, so that's like a identifier there. The makeup is like they still have the white eye makeup but it's slightly darker. So if you notice like in the fashion slides they're not really wearing like Hawaiian color like pink and like all this kind of clothing, it's more like toned down.
It's more in line with like the video vixen 90s sort of aesthetic. So you're getting a lot of neutral tones because gal fashion is inspired by Western fashion a lot and like vice versa. So this is like Banba, you can just tell because it's neutral, it's tan, and it's like everything's brown.
Pretty much.
And then Mikaji.
Yes. So this is like a style if you like hime, but you don't want to go like too over the top. Like it's more casual style of hime. So you'll see like a lot of pink, a lot of curly hair, but generally not like updo. Like it's more relaxed, more down. Like it's something more casual.
Less volume up top.
Yes. The clothing generally pink, has roses, hearts, and very cute motifs.
Super cute. Minikaji is a lot of people's favorites too. But yeah, this is like the early versions of Hime.
Yes.
And then we have One.
One, yes. The older sister. So her makeup is more, like she's still doing a light to medium tan. Her makeup is a little more toned down, like she's older at this point, she's not trying to be too loud. She's more focused on brands and brand names. So you'll see the pictures of a lot of them showing off their bags, like Gucci, Versace, like they're all about the brand. They're older, they have the money to spend, so that's what they're spending on.
One is for like it's a very mature style of gal. So this is sort of like how older women would express their gal selves, and yeah, it's very cute too.
Yeah, like there's always like this thing about in Japan, like when you reach a certain age, you're supposed to retire out of gal, but they do have styles for older gals. Like you don't have to retire, it's okay.
Yeah, and it's all about expressing yourself however it feels comfortable to you, and it's about being authentic. All right, and then then this is Gyaru, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with as well.
Yes. So you got the big princess style like Suji, big hair, you get the balloons, lots of curls, lots of pink, bows, oversized accessories, plastic gown makeup. So like it's still gown makeup, but it's just not like super loud like Mamba Bamba. But you have similar eye shapes.
Yes, I see the Hime influences today.
Mhm.
Of course, we're gonna turn you into a beautiful Hime gal.
Yes.
But yeah, see, this is also one of the most iconic gal styles, especially nowadays. People on Pinterest, it's almost all Hime gal in the first results, and then you'll get, everything if you keep looking. But yeah, it's a really iconic style. And then Suyome, which is me today.
Hell yes. Suyome. So
Yeah.
this is a strong over the top gal look. You got the big hair, often Suji, shades of blonde or an unnatural colors, like you can do either. Medium to dark tans, more prominent gal style. Brand items such as Daya, Galileo, leopard print, of course, leopard print fur, and long and heavily dental nails are common.
This sweater right here is by a modern brand, but it is inspired by Galileo. Galileo features like the grenade motif on a lot of their gal clothes, and it sort of plays into the aspects of Suyome that are grungier, darker. Camo is in a lot of Suyome style, a lot of denim in gray or black, and yeah, a lot of chains. The rat tail as well.
Right.
Yeah, the raccoon tail. Sorry, it's a rat tail. So yeah, Galileo is a really iconic Suyome brand, and so is Daya, which is, if you're a gal, I'm sure you've heard of Daya.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is Ora Ora.
This is my stuff. This is Ora. This is when I came into gal, so it's 2013. This is the first thing I saw and I gravitated to. So it's like tough, rebellious style, any color of hair, from black to blonde. Shade is not uncommon. So you don't see that in a lot of gal styles. It's generally the blonde, brown, unnatural color. But this one you're allowed to have black hair and shaved hair. Focus on heavier and darker makeup, dark clothing, usually tracksuits, hoodies, tees. So today actually, well, I don't have it already, but like I have a 13 Japan hoodie. This is that 13 Japan hoodie, so it's back from that era.
Yeah, it's an Ora Ora brand.
One of the coveted pieces. I always wanted 13 Japan since seeing that magazine. I actually have it. It's this one from 2013. Still have it.
Yeah. So up at the front of I'll show it off a little bit better. The Soul Sister mag.
Yes.
Up at the front we have a variety of different gal publications. So if anybody wants to look at them, you could kind of ask us. And
For sure. Yeah.
great. And Ora Ora is unique in that it's one of the only substyles where like that's like a little bit more on the, well, not one of the only, but it's a tomboyish, like where there's room for like more gender self-expression in this
Yeah.
substyle. Hence the punker aspects like shape heads or just a little more edgy styles.
Yeah.
So,
Like they
Ora
like
Ora
to
is
heavily
pretty-
showcase their tattoos as well and piercings.
It's definitely, it's also hip hop inspired in a lot of ways. Beautiful Ora gals. And this is one of my favorites. Amikaji.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Coco Lulu for life. I see my people.
I
Yeah.
see you. I see you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So that's the American casual, y'all. Very comfy, bright colors. It's relaxed. The shades of blonde, still, you can do shades of blonde, but you don't have to stick to that for this personally. Hair, you can always do whatever you want. Tan, medium, back in this timeline, but currently you can obviously do it whatever you like. It's comfortable and casual, bold colors, patterns, slogans, hats and jeans are common. So So, like most of the things you can see, like already American style, like it would fit in. You just have to, play it within the rules of the makeup, basically.
Yeah, it's very comic book and pop culture inspired. So that's why we're seeing a lot of primary colors in this, like which you'll see in comics as well. And yeah, it's super slouchy, super comfy, and I totally love all the kanji. Then
Roku, yes. So it's another like a rock gothic alternative inspired substyle. They also incorporate visual kei as well. You can have any hair color. This is like one of the only styles that you do not need a tan, but in general you don't need a tan. You do a lot of smoky eye, dark lip, chokers, piercings, tattoos. So like anything you'd see like in a rock, like gothic, visual kei, anything that could fit into that, you can translate it into this style.
yeah, Roku is like obviously inspired by rock music and stuff like that. So it's a super cool style if you're like already into rock. It's like an easy beginner. If you're into like punk or anything like that already, or pop. Then Gyaru,
Oh, yes.
2011.
So this one, it incorporates all like basically the tan gal styles. So it could be Suyome, Bamba, or even Mamba that fit into the kuro, like the dark tan, it goes into the kuro. So a big inspiration for kuro, of course, Black Diamond, like the biggest Japanese gal circle at the time. Like technically I don't think they disbanded, but they're not like.
They're not as active,
Yeah.
but Black Diamond, you'll see a lot of Black Diamond members in gal archives. You'll see a lot of Black Diamond style on Pinterest and all these sub-styles. Like, this is almost Suyome, kind of, but it's very Black Diamond and very Kuro Gyaru, and like this look is very pioneered by that.
Yeah, she was like one of the main gals at the time. Yoon, she was like the main egg model, so she was on the front. She was pioneering her own looks as well. So a lot of people inspired by
Yeah,
her.
yeah. There's some big names in gal if you like to look in the magazines or anything. And then we have Ane Akejo.
Yes. So it's like the more adult version of Agejo, which is more like slightly more toned down. Like it's not as over the top.
Yeah. Agejo Prime is like very pink, very like in your face, and Ane is like it's definitely just a more toned down version, but still sort of going for that hostess professional look.
Yes.
Super cute.
Yeah, like
And
pretty
then-
much there's some Ane gals who like wear this kind of outfits to work, like it's work appropriate.
Yeah, it's like an interpretation of gal that's for the workplace, and this you'll start seeing in 2013.
Yes.
Then we have Gyaru Fashion Today,
Today,
which is
yes.
like me and Dyson and anybody who expresses themselves as gal.
Yes. Still alive and well. Globally, there's a lot of circles still happening. Honestly, since COVID came, I thought it was gonna be, like no one was gonna carry on, but the gals have come back stronger, which I'm so happy.
Yeah.
We
It's
still-
cool to see the subculture thriving.
Oh yeah, like even coming back, Egg Magazine and Nuts Magazine, they came back out of retirement after COVID. So there's still publication. We still have gal cafes happening in Japan. The biggest one is Tenshin Gal Cafe. So those two gals at the end,
Right here.
those are the owner and the manager. They just celebrated the 14-year anniversary of their cafe. So that's really sick. They have two locations, one in Shibuya and one in Osaka.
Do you want to explain what a gal cafe is a little bit?
Sure. So if you guys are kind of familiar with maid cafes, so it's like that style, but gals like in the cafe, and they will, serve you food, chill with you, and do little like games and stuff. You just go there and chill, talk with the gals.
But yeah, so that's one of the ways that like the culture gets expressed though. And you guys are in for a treat.
Okay. here
Because
is-
we've got some archives here. Okay?
Archival.
We've got the Toronto gal representation, and we have our makeup artist.
Yeah, welcome, Alicia. No, it's all good.
Hey everybody, my name is Elisa Masami, aka Tiff. So I've been in Gyaru since I was like 18, it's pretty old now. I would say like around 2011. So my style of Gyaru is siome, so it's like, I would say to like the nuts models here, and the Soul Sister kind of models, where it's vibrant, very sexy, very loud, very bold. And
Lots of leopard print.
yeah.
The dia belt. Everybody here was in class, so they know.
They know about diet. Okay. Nice to meet
But
you.
yeah, and then Tiff will be doing Elysium will be doing the Gal demo in the background, but we're going to continue with the local Gal history as it's happened. And yeah, this is going to be like a once in a lifetime sort of like archive of the Toronto scene.
Pretty much. Like we
They've
have to
been
go
in here since OG.
digging deep for these photos. But these are actually since from 2009. These are the first gals that were here at Anime North. The fashion show was canceled that year, sadly, but the gals still came out. Those top 3 members there are our founding Canada Gyaru members. We have Naz, Jackie, and Stephanie. They were the main local gals of Canada Gyaru Circle.
Back in 2009.
Yes. Actually not pictured as Matt, who's the Gyaru in the group, so it's technically 4 founders.
Yeah. So that's the Canada Gyaru Circle, and yeah, they made their appearance literally here.
Yeah. Next we have the rise of gal luxury. So after Canada Gyaru forms, they had the fashion show at Anime North. We came out, we had a panel as well. There was a lot of things that happened that year. Lots of summer meets, winter meets. So we come out like maybe like 4 times a year for like a big gathering of gals. Yeah, it was cute. We started this circle as gal luxury. After Canada Gyaru, we turned to gal luxury. So that was like the second coming of the circle.
So a lot of members crossed over.
Yeah, some members retired, some moved to Japan, they're working, some, married, have kids now. It's been a long time. So that is the pictures from the fashion show, 2013. You see the founding members, the group.
Oh my god, is that
Yeah, that's what we see over there. I'm in there. We've been around.
using the building?
Hell yes.
So yeah, these are some pics from
2013.
It's super cute. Oh my god. And this is around the height of gal in Japan too, so like this was the Western expression of the subculture as it was becoming what it is. 2014?
Yes, the Anime North fashion show as well.
Yeah, so we have some manga style.
That was the first time I did mamba.
Yeah, it looks
I
good
made that
though.
outfit and I
It's
just
really cute.
came in. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna try.
Yeah. And then we have like Suyome up in the corner. A lot of gals will do like a gyaru interpretation of traditional Japanese costume and kimono. So there's like infinite ways to express yourself as a gal.
Yeah.
We have Amikaji here.
Yes, that was Aya.
Yeah, lots of sub-styles. Roku, Tiff is in Roku. Then we have 2015.
That was the winter meetup, and there was an Anime North sighting as well. It wasn't too active that year, but we had like a little dinner in the winter and karaoke.
So a little bit less meats, but still the gals are going strong.
The gals are still here.
I've been in on Oni Ora, sorry.
It was, yeah, I was trying to actually go for like a, that day, it didn't work out, but I was going for like a B-gal look.
A B-gal?
Yeah, it didn't work out. We tried.
I mean, you're slaying. And then
2016, okay, that was like we had another winter meet. Those gals on the bottom, they were, newbies who came out, it was so cute. In Montreal, on the bottom corner, yeah, that was the Montreal gals. So we went to Otakudon and met them.
Yeah, the OTK meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a Hime gal here. Another Yamamba. Super cool just to see everyone expressing themselves.
Yeah.
And this is the
Okay.
end of that luxury.
Yeah, the COVID era.
R.I.P.
after we had these meetups, everything was raring to go. We had reunion meetups because actually a lot of us had like work and stuff in school, so we couldn't meet up as often that year. But we still got together a few times. We did a Par showcase at Arcade Press Play. It was like in October, Halloween. Yeah, and then our last showcase was in March of 2020, and then COVID took over, so sadly.
It took over. We had to retire the circle because it was hard for members to be active and host events.
Yeah.
But obviously, Gal never dies; it just goes to sleep. So. 2019, 2020. So this is getting into more recent history.
We're getting there. It was a beach meetup. We did a workshop, a makeup workshop, and we had a photo shoot down at Dundas and Young. We were just right outside the eating center there.
Just outside in true Gyaru fashion.
Right.
You gotta have your meets outside the mall.
Yeah. No plastic.
No plastic. And then here we are in Gen 5.
Gen 5. Yeah, we skipped Gen 4 because it was a lost era. There was
not one image survives.
No, nothing survived. No.
It's a lost. That's art. That's lost media.
Yeah,
Those files
exactly.
were never seen.
No, but we're still here. We came back. We formed Queen City, so that was last November, October.
So Dyson is the founder of Queen City.
And then we got OG member Elysium.
Yeah,
And we got
they moved closest to co-lead.
Yeah. We also have another new member, but they are not present right now. So hopefully we can meet them soon.
Hell yeah. So yeah, this was a photo from our springtime gal meet. And if you guys would like to go to the Queen City Instagram, we'll be posting about more events if you want to participate in local gal circles.
Yes.
And we'd love to see anybody who wants to come, and then just express themselves in this fashion.
Yeah, like please don't be afraid if you're not a gal right now, you're not confident. Like our circle is the place to learn these skills. We are, we've been baked in this for a few years and we're raring to share.
Yeah, take on baby gals. Dyson has no problem being a mentor if you feel like you need makeup advice, anything. Like we just want to see this community thriving.
Yes.
We want to see people, just like, have fun together and express ourselves.
That's what it's about.
But yeah, so that is the end of the Oh yeah. Alright, thank you guys all who are still here. If anybody would like to raise their hand or come step up to the mic, yes, please come step up to the mic. I would love, we're so ready for a question.
So I've heard that back like when Gyaru was first starting, a lot of gals, especially doing like Yamamba and stuff like that, they used to use actual Posca markers as their white makeup because there was not access to that kind of makeup. Is that actually like real?
Yeah. This can be confirmed as not a gal superstition. It's not a gal urban legend. The Posca marker faded onto the face of many mambas back in the day. Yeah, there wasn't really an opaque white face paint that gave the white stripe look that the gals wanted. So, yeah.
So you can still gals who actually still use that makeup, but of course
cannot
nowadays,
recommend this.
nowadays there are other options for sure. Like, I personally use Nayron like white body makeup or face makeup to do my white makeup, but everyone's gonna have their own interpretation or materials they like to use.
So, next gentleman, you can go right ahead.
Yes, considering that Gyaru fashion started essentially as a counterculture movement, within the modern movement, how do you find that, or rather I should say, has there been acceptance and or embracing within the Gyaru culture of transgenderism or gender fluid individuals?
I would say that especially in the Western gal community, which is where my expertise is, we're very accepting. There's no limits or rules on how you want to present your gender in gal. like, as long as you want to rock it however feels fit to you. Like, thank you for that question.
Just another response to the question. There's actually local and like overseas in Japan. There's a lot of trans gals, men who dress as like female gals, and girls who dress as guys gals. So there's not really like any separation. Like everyone's embraced. Like it's not, like it's not a big thing. We all love and embrace each other in this subculture.
Absolutely. And we can take the next question.
Okay. Hi. So, I was wondering, what would your, like, for beginners, even like we're talking like Roku and like gender neutral brands here. What would your best recommendations be for starting out?
Yeah. If you're wanting to start out as a Roku gal, I'll let Dyson answer first because this is my gal mentor, and I'll add after. But yeah.
If you're looking for more like gender neutral like approaches to gal, you can technically go into any style that you feel relates closer to you. If you want to keep it more like neutral, you can go amikaji or Roku or like more alternative styles. So if you already started that, you can like gradually transition into that look just by tweaking your makeup pretty much. If you keep your same wardrobe, just get like a few pieces that you can add to them to kind of get them into the look you're going for.
And for starting Roku, like, definitely wardrobe is a big aspect, and mostly I would just recommend wearing what makes you feel comfortable and what makes you feel like you're expressing the style as you like. And we can have our next question.
So you guys briefly spoke about gals in anime.
Yeah.
Do you guys find that you get a lot of new members to your communities from people who discover the whole subculture or the whole culture from anime? Or is it more from like finding it online on Pinterest, like you said earlier? Is it a mix of both?
All right, great question. I'll let you go first.
Okay. It's like both actually. People like they're browsing Pinterest casually, sometimes they stumble on like, oh, okay, what's this? And they'll go down the rabbit hole. And anime as well. Like I've seen coming in like the newer animes like Dress Up Darling and BD Gal and there's like a new ones like Otaku and Gyaru.
Yeah. I
So
feel like every anime season there's one anime with a gal as the main girl.
Exactly, it's like a staple.
Yeah.
So for sure people are finding their way in through those characters. Like especially the Dandadan, like that really pulled in a lot of people.
Especially as Kogal has become super trendy. Momo is a Kogal, so when people see Momo, they see representation. But I'd say I mostly find gals or get into gal through Instagram or through seeing other gals online. But anime is definitely a part of the culture, 100%.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Yeah. We'll have our next question.
So we have like 3 questions.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go first. And first of all, thank you so much for representing and for the work. It's such very committed work to do. And my first question is, how does one become a gal? Is it more a mentality, more physical appearance, and how does one can join to another, and things like that?
So basically, is gal a mind or?
Is it a mindset, or is it more like how we embody?
Yeah,
Gal
is my.
Gal is in the brain.
This is gonna be a personal opinion-based question. I'd say that gal 100% has a mindset aspect, but the part of gal that is really gonna make you seem like you're embedded in the culture is gonna be presenting as a gyaru. So since it is a fashion and appearance-based subculture in a lot of ways, of course, we're not gonna say you're not a gal if you're not in gyaru, but truly, gal is about being in gyaru. So, gal is a mind, but gal is also a slay.
Appreciate that. Appreciate talking that.
Performative boundary.
Performing.
We can have our next one.
First off, up close, everyone has like crazy belt game right now.
Belt game.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, I love it.
They
Okay.
even have some real diamonds.
Yes.
Okay, so my question is, has anyone like went to Japan and like met the gyarus there, like made contact?
It's like aliens.
Right? Like the Japan trip to do that? Do you guys get to keep?
Like online, but not
Okay.
really in person. I haven't gone, but
Yeah.
they're online and they're
Yeah,
very
yeah,
nice. The Japanese gals are very nice. Oh my god, they're very supportive.
Yeah.
They'll like and reshare your content. They'll comment or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, just post.
You guys should like definitely go and keep. Yes, yes.
Yeah. What about you guys? And any contact with overseas gals?
I do have some contact, like the Gal Cafe I was telling you about, Tension Gal Cafe. I have, we follow each other on Twitter, so I regularly follow them. And, yeah, follow each other. Otherwise, like, on a personal level, like, I've had some conversations with gals, but, like, I don't speak Japanese, like, especially fluently, so it's a little, like we're sharing the love of each other, but
Translator
there's a
out,
little bit
yeah.
of a barrier. But, yeah, they love, like, that we are still carrying on the style overseas. They love to see it.
Going to Japan is above my pay grade. So yeah, not
Credit card that.
We get in there, we get in there.
We get in there. All right, and we'll have our next question. Thank you guys
Yep.
so much.
So I was just gonna ask if you had like your favorite Gyaru experience, like in your time being Gyaru.
Ooh,
So
gal
interview
experience.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're definitely gonna have to have my senior members answer this question because they have a lot more gal experiences. But I guess you go first. Okay. Tim, do you have a favorite gal experience?
Oh. Like with you guys?
Or anytime. He's asking like, yeah, this panel is definitely a highlight. Like,
We can take a picture.
so full. Like I didn't. Like I really thought 6 people were gonna be here.
There was a huge gal resurgence recently since during COVID, and there were only like a few people keeping it alive. So I'm really appreciative of you guys for coming and actually being interested. And please, whatever you want to do, whatever you identify as, come and do it. Ask us questions. Gals are very friendly, very loving, and very accepting. Yeah. Any style you want to do. So for Kat, I'm doing hime and kind of ageho. So she has a style already. She has every single piece that works. So you guys are gonna see that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And then for you, anything come to mind?
I'd say, I guess when I modeled for Papillon magazine, a couple of years ago.
Dang, she's on print.
Oh my god.
Print matter.
So these are Papillon magazines, which is a authentic overseas gal mag. Yep, and Dyson is actually published in here. We're gonna have to quickly take the last questions because I think we got a 5-minute notice. But my favorite experience in gal was, for now I'm gonna say joining Queen City and really having a place to like express myself and really like be part of it. So thank you guys so much for coming and thank you for asking such amazing questions. So we'll take you with the purple hair next. But yeah.
Yeah, this died.
But yeah, we're gonna have to project.
Yeah, no problem. Great presentation. In the presentation, it's, from what I gathered, started more kind of ad-lib using uniforms and what you had, and then you started mentioning a lot of brands specifically. So right now, with the space as it is there still a lot of, like in punk, it's a lot of make your own stuff, use what works, all of that. Is there still that element, or is it still kind of that mid-2000s, 2010s brand-focused identity?
That's a good question too. So I'll say that gal is very silhouette based, so you don't necessarily need to have a brand to be part of gal. But obviously the brands that were coming out of Japan back in the day influenced gal and shaped the expression of it. The designers who were working on those teams put a lot of work into like making gal have the look that it has today. but there's no requirements for having brand to be a gal at all. You can wear Walmart tank tops and denim shorts from the thrift store and still be gyaru. It's more just about how you style it, and of course, like bring your own spirit to it. But we do respect and love our brands a little bit over here, but not too much.
Thank you.
And also an answer for that, when I started out, I had 0 brands, and actually the shirt I'm wearing today, I made it. So if you have the ability to sew and make your own things, it is welcome in Gal. You do not have to wear a whole brand outfit. You can mix and match. Like this is a brand, this is my own thing, like sort of H&M, that you can mix and match to get the look you need.
And we'll have our next question from the beautiful Tumi.
Oh, thank you. First of all, you guys all look amazing.
Thank you.
And thank you again for hosting this panel. It's been so lovely. I just wanted to ask for each of you, what does being a gal mean to you?
It's so beautiful. Who's going first? Okay. I guess I'll go first because Diamond's being shy. I'd say being gal means to me is just get wild, be sexy. It's just about like having an identity and a language and a community that I can share with other people. I'm obviously like a very like fashion-based, artistic sort of person, so being gal, it's just like it's a community. It's a freaking sisterhood, non-gendered sisterhood, but like it's just a place to be who you are.
And for me, being gal is like being able to step outside the box, like have a style that's not like any other style really. It's its own thing, it's identifiable, and I came like from a alternative fashion background, and like I just did basic makeup at first. And when I got into gal makeup, like I saw the intricacies of it, and I enjoyed just practicing it. And when I did that, I met these people at Anime North, and they just came out randomly, not knowing what to expect. And it was really a sisterhood, a community. They welcomed me in with my homemade like outfit that I just cobbled together and came out, and really welcoming and yeah, it's just nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. And then Elysium, I'll bring the mic over to you because I know you gotta finish this makeup. I don't know if it's gonna reach. It's not gonna reach. What does being gal mean to you?
Being gal? Oh, extreme confidence.
Hell yeah.
Power. Femininity. Let's see. And creativity.
Hell yeah.
Creativity is the biggest.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming.